Shahed-136 inbound. Flying low, riding a commercial GPS signal.
Spotlight up! 10 o'clock!
We need to shield the brain. No more cheap commercial GPS.
This is a jam-resistant antenna. It only listens to the sky. If isolated, the drones will talk in a mesh network.
He's too fast! Track him! Track him! I can't turn it fast enough. It's gone!
No computers tonight, Sherry. Just family and the best soup in Brooklyn.
Exactly. Out with the technology, in with the culture.
To good food, better friends, and completely ignoring the news until tomorrow morning.
You've been tracking international defense algorithms for 12 hours straight. Close your eyes, Elena.
The broadcast can wait. This right here is the only baseline that matters.
Every major news network is calling this an absolute revolution in warfare. CNN says America has found its definitive answer to Iran.
So, are we ready for the presentation this morning?
I think so. I finalized the slides right before I left.
The contract is signed with Silech AI. The hardware is called Lucas, a low-cost, uncrewed combat attack system priced at just $35,000 a unit. It carries a 40-pound explosive warhead with a 500-mile combat flight range. It can detonate directly on terminal impact. We optimize the payload for terminal impact. The detonation sequence is instantaneous. Look at the energy transfer here.
They are celebrating this as a grandmaster chess move, but nobody in mentioning where the mainstream broadcasting is design actually originated.
The math was driving the Pentagon crazy. Every time Iran fired a cheap drone, we were forced to burn a missile worth $4 million to clear it. The logic was simple. Flip the cost equation. Launch a saturation swarm to completely drain their defensive stocks using affordable mass.
Look at the detail on that schematic.
Oh, that is some serious technology.
It's a profound strategic irony. Lucas isn't a native innovation. We physically took a captured Iranian Shahed-136, studied every single bolt, and reverse engineered it. When you copy an opponent's weapon, you copy their weaknesses. They built the lock, they know exactly how to turn the key.
Marcus, look at this log from last August. Russia quietly confirmed the physical transfer of the Krasuka-4 electronic warfare system to Tehran. No headlines, no press conferences, just a quiet transfer between strategic partners while the West was focused entirely on.
In geopolitics, the most critical information is almost never found in what nations announce loudly. It resides in what they execute quietly.
Shield AI built a brilliant coordination system. The swarm shares targeting data in real time, adapting to threats without any human intervention. But HiveMind completely relies on high-speed satellite communication. The Krasuka-4 has a 300-kilometer range designed specifically to blind those exact orbital nodes.
If the satellite link is severed, the distributed coordination breaks down. The swarm is stripped of its primary processing shield.
The engineers claim the onboard inertial sensors can handle standard communications denial environments.
What's the secondary threat?
Spoofing. Russia has spent 3 years perfecting deception at the hardware level.
They don't block our data. They transmit a false GPS signal that is significantly stronger than the real satellite broadcast.
The navigation lock switches immediately.
The onboard navigation computer assumes the stronger signal is more reliable. It miscalculates its own position and completely flies away from the objective.
Deception works at the hardware layer. It doesn't matter how smart your AI software is, if the underlying data input is completely false,
the system executes perfect decisions based on false information.
Hive mind makes the weapon smarter. Spoofing makes the drone confidently wrong. Those are two entirely separate engineering challenges.
If a drone navigates past the electronic warfare perimeter, it encounters a kinetic layer designed specifically to counter saturation profile.
They removed the traditional autocannon entirely. In its place, they loaded 48 short-range interceptor missiles with an elevated tracking radar array.
The radar columns are mounted on rooftops and artificial towers. They clear low-flying targets at a tiny fraction of the cost of a traditional Western missile.
Krasuka 4 blinds the system, GPS deception diverts the path, and Pantsir kinetic arrays destroy the remaining units. 3 independent tiers compensating for each other.
Russia spent 36 months collecting precise radar footprints and acoustic cross-sections of the Shahed airframe. They handed that master data set straight to Tehran.
This is the most underappreciated layer of the puzzle. Because Lucas inherits the original Delta Wing structure,
it cannot execute a steep vertical dive onto an objective. Iran has stretched heavy steel cables and industrial wire nets 15 meters high around their critical infrastructure hubs. Our drones completely lack terminal sensors to see them.
The strategic bet was placed before the production lines actually existed. When Operation Epic Fury went live, the military had dozens of units ready, not thousands.
You cannot execute an affordable saturation strategy with dozens of platforms. You require immense volume to overwhelm an integrated 3-layer defense network.
We arrived at the theater with a software patch to solve a physics challenge in hand. We can't code our way out of a steel net.
The Strait of Hormuz remains functionally choked off. 20% of global energy supply is sitting under a geopolitical vice.
If the primary strategic weapon is neutralized, its administration is left with 0 sustainable choices to open the international shipping lanes.
The model is validated. The silence from Central Command tells us everything we need to know about the actual interception rates.
Replicate the Delta Wing dimensions exactly. We are turning their own tactical weapon right back around against them.
Advanced guidance systems can coordinate flight paths, but they cannot bypass physical engineering solutions designed for known physical vulnerabilities.
Commodity markets don't lie under the pressure of press releases. If the shipping lane risk is real, the oil futures reflect it instantly.
The illusion of imposing strategic will simple replication is officially obsolete concept in modern defense planning.
Genuine defense development must be built on organic innovation, not shortcuts that copy an adversary's footprint.
When the underlying structural vulnerabilities are brought to light, a more balanced grand strategic framework becomes possible.
The player who moves first sets the permanent terms of the engagement. Your models must evaluate real battlefield constraints, not propaganda.
A military threat only retains its coercive power if the technological tool behind it operates consistently in real combat scenarios.
The global energy networks are slowly learning to adjust to a landscape no longer dominated by single weapon strategy loops.
The structural transition is highly complex, but the destination is a defense framework defined by a first-to-principles innovation.
This fund is completely insulated from foreign currency volatility and external supply chain interventions, folks. Journalism completes its true mission when it interrogates the systemic limits of technology before they dictate the terms of conflict.
The open source telemetry logs are showing structural recalibration now. The artificial software patches are finally being reconsidered at.
True strategic clarity always outlasts the illusions of an easy shortcuts.
Real-time volatility tracking models are hitting a 6-month low across all major regional clearinghouses.
Our technological procurement path networks are no longer dependent on asymmetric weapons supply chain. We are building high-value solutions for an era that honors real resource production extraction loops.
The fractures are closing. the post-blockade transition has turned into a steady, localized recovery.
Horizon is balanced, Jean-Luc. The public is finally choosing a strategy that protects their own collective welfare.
Yeah. The world is far bigger than any single weapon.
True technological progress means no corporate enterprise can unilaterally weaponize advanced intelligence against the public interest.
When we build strategic partnerships on a foundation of absolute equality, we secure economic resilience for all generations to come.
A transparent anchor for a multipolar financial and healthcare landscape.
True national security isn't measured by financing another round of corporate defense automation.
Real wealth takes accountability, team. We invest in local production resilience, not leveraged speculative spreads.
Ready to review the new sovereign resource allocation metrics tomorrow morning?
Together? Absolutely.
The city feels exceptionally grounded tonight, Jean-Luc.
That's what happens when an asymmetric resource loop is successfully brought under open human stewardship.
True structural resilience is forged through unyielding political foresight and complete systemic honesty.
Thank you all. Let's continue protecting an open, safe, and distributed technological and monetary future.
The truth is secure.
You cannot outrun the structural realities of human history and technological progress forever.
But you can always engineer a magnificent future when you choose human safety, transparency, and ethical equality over unchecked ambition.
Good morning to a balanced world.
Good morning to our future.
The proprietary monopoly has finally run out of options.
We anchored our stability directly back into real production metrics.
To ensure our common trajectory remains completely resilient for the generations waiting to build tomorrow.
The data logs are synchronized across all international verification clusters. The results are conclusive.
If we move the green space here, it connects the amphitheater better.
That actually works really well with the pedestrian flow.
Let's finalize the rendering for the presentation.